Welcome to week 2, everyone. We have a cookie rainbow baking and dipping kit. I don't know about you, but on the other end of a rainbow, I'd rather have some cookies and some delicious dip than a pot of gold. And this is it. Don't forget to tag and share all your videos and pictures so we can see your delicious cookies and cute creations. Let's get baking. Let's go over all of our ingredients and things we're gonna need to make these cookies. So we gave you some parchment paper to bake on, our brown sugar and regular sugar mix. We have some flour, some milk chocolate pistils, some rubber gloves we're going to be using later on, our packet of vanilla, some butter. We have our 2 eggs and our awesome food gels. We have some powdered sugar, another pat of butter, some beautiful sprinkles, delicious milk chocolate crunchies, and the oh so important recipe card. Before we start making our cookie dough, we need to preheat our ovens. This does require parental supervision. Kids, get your moms and dads to help you out with the oven. If you have a convection oven like we do, you're going to turn it on and set it to 275. If you have a convention oven, which most households do, you're going to put it at 325. First step in our magical rainbow cookies, we're going to have our softened butter. Super soft, super soft. If it's not soft, you're going to put it in the microwave for about 5-second intervals until you can literally poke your finger in it. We're going to dump that in the bowl. White making now. Then we're going to take our sugar mix. This is brown sugar and regular granulated sugar. I'm going to pour that all into the bowl as well. We're going to use our spoon. And we're going to mix in our sugars with our butters. This is going to take a little bit. If you do have a mixer at home, you can definitely do this in a mixer. It's a little bit easier, but if you don't, we're going to just use a wooden spoon so everything is incorporated into the sugar. Looking mighty nice. I'll clean my spoon off real quick. Give it one last mix. Okay, so it kind of forms into a little dough ball almost. It's nice and mixed in. Alright, I think we're ready for our next step. Now we're going to put our 1 tablespoon of water. We're going to do this over our bowl so it doesn't spill. Pour that in there. We're going to take our 2 eggs. We are only going to need the yolks for this recipe, so that's why I have this other container to put all of our whites in. And then you guys can use them for something else. You can do it for another cookie recipe. You can make an egg white omelet in the morning. You can make egg whites, egg white smoothie. Ooh, yum. We're going to put our egg yolk in there. We're going to do the same for our next egg. Just going to use the eggshell to get all the white out. And then dump it in there. I'm going to go wash my hands and we're going to mix our dough. With my handy dandy spoon. I'm going to mix the egg yolks into our sugar and butter mixture so everything is incorporated. You don't want any egg yolks showing. to mix this half and half because you pour it all in there, it's a lot of flour, it might fly everywhere. So first I'm going to mix in this one half until it's basically in there. I'm going to mix in the other half. Otherwise it can get real messy. Looks like it's all going to go in there, but it will. If you want to get in there and use your hands, that is totally fine. I actually might do that too. Leave my spoon off. Just going to kind of get in there, work it around with my hands. Your best tool, I think. Just gotta be careful not to overmix the dough. So he's in the splash zone. We splash the cookie dough. It's all in one piece. Little stragglers around. All right. And there is the first part of the cookie dough. Awesome. Now for the super fun part, we get to color our cookie dough with these lovely food gel colors that we gave you. First and foremost, I would do this in an area in your house that is easily cleanable. Get a baking sheet, get some paper, do it in your kitchen, put an apron on. I have my summer camp apron that I haven't got to use yet. Just tie it on real quick. Make sure you do it in clothing that is not white. My apron's white, it's okay. And now we're ready. We're gonna have our gloves. This is gonna stain your hands. Put our gloves on. And we're going to divide our dough into 4 equal patties. I'm gonna take it out. And put it into shape. And kind of roll it into a log a little bit. I feel like that's the easiest way for me to divide it. There's my patties. We're gonna color these in a specific order. That way we can reuse our gloves and we don't have to keep changing them in and out. So we're gonna go orange first, then pink, then purple, and then teal. And if you guys notice, they match my earrings. They're meant to be. So I'm gonna start with my orange first. Set my other patties to the side. So for our food gel, we're gonna use about 1/4 of the bottle. So I'm just gonna flatten this out a little bit. You're just gonna squeeze the food coloring in there a little bit more. I'd say that's 1/4. If you want it darker, you can always add a little bit more coloring there. Or if you want pastel cookies, you know, you can just add less. But we want this nice and bright. So I'm just gonna mix this cookie dough in my hands. Try not to fling it everywhere. So the color is all mixed in. Mix. I'm gonna kind of fold it. This is how I fold fondant at work. So I kind of take the dough and fold it one half over the other and then squish it together. And that really gets the color in fast. Alright, so I'm liking this orange color. So I'm happy with that. Now I'm gonna go and color the rest of my dough in the same way. All of our doughs are colored and ready. So now we're going to take a medium bowl. We're going to smush our cookie doughs in there. So we have 4 different cookie doughs. We're going to smush them into 4 different areas of the bowl. Alright, now I'm just going to smush them till they all touch. All touching. Nice. Now we're going to take our cookie scoop that we got in our welcome pack and we're going to scoop these cookies. I have my baking sheet ready with my parchment paper so I can put my cookies on. It is time to scoop. So we're gonna go through all 3 colors. A nice kind of little rounded scoop. And they pop out. And they're gonna be rainbow. Look at that one. That one's a cool one. It's gonna be cool. Alright, I'm gonna scoop the rest of my cookies. Look how neat these are! They're so awesome. They're like all tie-dye and cool. So I rearranged my cookies to be 3 by 5. That way I can account for the spreading. So we're gonna pop these puppies in for about 6 minutes to start and then check on them. While we're waiting for our cookies to bake, we're going to be making our dip. We have our nice schmelty melty butter, very schmelty and melty. If it's not room temperature, put it in the microwave, 5 seconds each until it gets nice and squishy. I'm going to plop it in. We're going to add our powdered sugar to the bottom. I'm going to add the powdered sugar in intervals because it likes to go everywhere. So I'm going to do about half the bag first. We're just going to carefully push the sugar into the butter. Just kind of using the back of my spoon to push the sugar into the butter. Rest of our powdered sugar now. And carefully combine the rest of the sugar with the butter. Sugar likes to fly everywhere. messiest ingredient ever. Alright, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. It's looking good. Except for that little bit. Alrighty. Nice and smooth. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and add our teaspoon of water. Handy dandy teaspoons. And our packet of vanilla. Make sure you get all that vanilla out of there. I'm just going to carefully mix in the water and the vanilla into the powdered sugar and butter mixture. And it's going to make it really more of like a buttercream texture. And I think it's time to go check on our cookies. Timer just went off. We're going to check on our cookies. They're baking nicely. We're going to rotate them 180 degrees. Kids, please have your parents do this for you. Very careful. Rotate them. The reason why we rotate them is so they get nice even bake all the way around. Rotate the cookies. And then I'm going to put them in for another 6 minutes. So for the next step in our dip, we have to go melt our milk chocolate pistils. Let's head to the kitchen in the microwave. So we're at our microwave, and we're gonna put our pistils in a microwave-safe container. I'm gonna shove it in there. We're gonna do this at 30-second intervals till it's all nice and melted. All right, so I just came back in the microwave, and everything is nice and melted. Schmelty melty. We're gonna pour all of this into our bowl. Get all that good chocolate in there. Really squeak it all out. Make sure there's no chunks in your chocolate. Nobody likes chunky chocolate. Alright. Now we're gonna mix our chocolate into our butter and sugar mixture. This become our delicious milk chocolate buttercream. That's beautiful. Nice and milk chocolate. Get that a little bit off my spoon. Alright. Now we're ready for the fun part. I'm going to add some of these milk chocolate crunchies. I'm not going to put them all in there because I want to save some to make it look pretty at the end. So I'm going to put about that much in there. You guys can go ahead and put all of them in there if you want. It's up to you. I'm going to add our colorful sprinkles. Doesn't that just look beautiful? It looks beautiful. I love this. I'm just gonna mix it around so it's all mixed in there. Our oven is buzzing. I'm gonna check on our cookies. They should be ready. Alright, so we're just gonna check them out. So you should be, I don't think they're quite done yet. You should be able to move them a little bit easily on the tray. So I'm just going to put it in for another like 1 to 2 minutes. And we'll come back. Okay. Our cookies should be done now. Remember to use hot holders to get your trays. They're gorgeous. And as you can see, look at that. You can move them on the tray. That's when you know that they're done. So we're gonna move these to our speed rack, or you can move them to a cooling area on your table. I'm gonna let those little cookies cool. We're gonna go finish our dip, and always remember to shut the oven off when you're done with it. So our cookies have cooled, and now we're gonna make them all pretty, and we're gonna plate them up with the dip in this nice, lovely bowl and basket. So I'm gonna take my dip. That's why I had some leftover sprinkles last time. Plop it in there. Yes. Beautiful. It's gonna look so professional. Oh yeah, look at that. Get all that dip out of there. Wow, it's just beautiful. We're gonna take our leftover crunchies, sprinkle them on top. And then I don't know if you guys noticed, but our sprinkles match our cookies. We did that on purpose. I'm just gonna sprinkle the top with some extra sprinkles. Wow, that is just lovely. I'm gonna take my cooled cookies and we're gonna arrange them around our dip. So beautiful. Rainbow cookie and milk chocolate dip. Now,